everyone, this is Krow, and so I have the high-grade Gundam Gusion Rebake Full City. That is definitely a mouthful for a Gundam name. However, I mean, regardless of the name, I love this suit. Now, before I get into aesthetics and everything, the one thing I will say is I almost did not buy this suit at all. I was really just putting it off, and I was like, I'll never ever decide to get it. It just although I love the suit itself, I was like, I'm gonna hold out for the 1 in 100. And then when I realized that there's only 4 1 in 100s coming out for the year, it kind of bummed me out, and I was like, yeah, so this is not going to see a 1 in 100 scale. I was like, probably ever, to be honest. So I was like, hey, like, this is before I watched the final episode. I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and I can wait. I can wait a couple of years. But then that last episode of Iron Blooded Orphans, I was like, I have to buy this suit. I immediately went out to my local hobby store and bought it because Sonny, the hobby store owner over here in Mississippi, he had it in stock, and I was like, thank heavens that he has it. Immediately built it up, took a week break from it, and then I went back to it and started painting it. And I started working with it. Started working on it with my buddy Arthur, and definitely got some great results out of it. Now, before I really go into the details again, I honestly did not paint this kit. It is weathered and there is paint on it, but it is not a fully painted kit. I'm not a huge fan of painting kits, to be honest. I really love just being a straight builder. Some people think that's the most asinine thing they can ever think of when it comes to this hobby. However, I just really love straight building and then making a straight build look as beautiful as possible. Try and like minimize the usage of stickers. Try to bring details out of it through weathering effects or maybe through certain, type of painting effects. However, I don't want to make an entire kit painted if I don't need to. Maybe some older kits, yes, but not this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Let's just take a look at the head real quick. For the head sculpt, I love the head. The only thing I didn't like was the alternate form that it does have, where like the visor is kind of more in a scope type manner. But I noticed that this suit doesn't really have many projectile weapons. It was mostly a short range, kind of melee style suit. So I never saw the need for that head, but I do like the actual Gundam type head. Now, I know it's going to be kind of hard because I don't really have the best lighting, when it comes to this. But if you can see, I painted the inside of that scope right there in there green. I think that was pretty awesome, to be honest. I love the kind of like the little inside scope right here. And then painted the eyes. Let me see. Painted the eyes green, painted the inside right here black. And then this green piece that's coming to the side is kind of like my failed attempt at that, green sparkle, like how most Gundams have that, that like eye, I don't even know what they call it, like when the eyes activate. It's more like those dramatic scenes, but basically I just wanted to replicate that. I think what I need to do is kind of shave this down to a more thin type look, but this is kind of like one of my first attempts at doing such a thing outside of the Barbados Lupus Rex. However, I do think it looks pretty awesome just from me trying it out. I actually used the beam saber parts and I just kind of sanded it and filed the part down and then painted it, and that was pretty much it. Now I used the soldering iron to kind of give me this like nice kind of melted effect. I didn't really want too much of a melted as much of a blunt damage, but I think this still looked really well overall. I'm trying to see if it make it autofocus. But looking at the body, I did a lot of damage to the body as much as I really could. That wouldn't take away from the overall like aesthetic of the body itself. Paint the inside of these vents black. And then, paint these, little hydraulic pistons silver, and gold like I do for pretty much all Gundam suits in the high grade line. But overall, I did love the body. I think the body looks pretty awesome. And I pretty much cut up a little bit on the side over here. Now looking at the waist, loved the waist. I don't know, like there's so much detail that you could put into here. I really loved it. Just did some chipping, like actual damage to the plastic, so that way I can give some like scarring and some chipping on here. Painted this black. Didn't really do too much to the back, just kind of like normal weathering. But yeah, painted these sides black. Now looking up on the arm, this is like from the anime. He doesn't actually have the shoulder pad, but you can't take the shoulder pad off on the high grade because it's kind of like it's what connects the arm to the shoulder. I wish I had the arm to the Barbados Lupus Rex, so that way I can replicate the actual arm, like him not having the shoulder pad from the anime. But I was like, you know what? I actually really love the shoulder pad for what it is, so I decided to keep it. Painted the inside of here orange. This is a white piece. That's a black piece, so I didn't have to paint any of that. But I did have to paint that orange inside there. And then looking down at the arm, all this was painted white, but it didn't really matter because I was going to go ahead and do some weathering on it anyways. This part right here I painted black. The inside here as well as right here I did paint white. Right now I'm using the kind of bent hand, which is going to be for the scissors. Like I call it the bolt cutters, but it does come with a different set of hands. It does come with like kind of like the knuckles. So there's a lot of other pieces that come to this. So I guess I can't really make this like a full review. This is more or less a review of what I've made, since I'm not going to have all the parts included, all the extra parts. Now looking at the leg, really like the leg. I don't like. I don't know, I think it does look a little too odd in comparison to the rest of the body, but I do love the leg as it is, by itself. But I don't know, it's just like the leg looks kind of weird with the entire suit. But didn't really do too much painting on here. I think the only thing I did paint was the inside right here, which is orange. Yeah, as far as I know, that's the only thing I painted. The back skirts, right, well, not the back skirts, but the back of the legs, I painted this, like a little silver, and inside these vents, I went ahead and painted black. So that was pretty much it on the legs. Just did some weathering here and there, as well as some cutting. Oh, and I painted the inside of these black. Even though there should have been orange, I just thought black looked, better overall. All right, so looking at the backpack, just went ahead and painted these, little small parts right here, silver, just because I thought it looked kind of cool. Painted the inside of this vent. I guess this is the actual, whatchamacallit, the booster part. I just went ahead and painted that black because I thought black looked pretty cool on it. But overall, the backpack looks all right. I don't mind it. Just normal backpack. On top of here, I painted all that white, and then I went ahead and took a soldering iron just to kind of do a little gash in there. Did some cuts in the side, just to kind of, just give it some more battle damage. And then of course the hand does pop out, and didn't really do anything much to it except for some weathering. And of course this is going to be the hand that does hold the bolt cutters as well. So that's pretty much about it. I'm trying to get some autofocus. So that is pretty much it on this mobile suit. The one thing I am going to go ahead and let y'all see is going to be these bolt cutters. They're pretty nice. Obviously you can have it as a shield, like so. There's a part that connects to the back of here. This is supposed to be white, so I'm going to go ahead and paint that. And then inside all of these little parts is going to be black. I got to do a lot of weathering to it, but I've already kind of started doing some chipping, like chipping on the plastic. So I just really need to go ahead and start doing my weathering effects on it. But he can hold it with his hands. So I'm probably going to start on this probably this upcoming weekend, since last weekend I really couldn't do so. But he is a part of my big diorama, and pretty excited about that. So that's really about it, guys. If I had to go ahead and give this suit a score, I would probably give this a 4 out of 5 due to the fact that it doesn't really come with many accessories that I believe it should have, like some rifles, maybe some cannons. It really just comes with this, and having 4 arms all together, you would expect to have a little bit extra that comes with it. But overall, it's a really awesome suit. Very, very happy I did get it. I do recommend it to anyone that's an Iron Blood Orphans fan, such as I am. And that is it, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.